I think that a lot of it might be a stigma for some business owners. Um, Maybe saying there's going to be a lot more work that I'm going to have to do, and may not see it in their heart to really employ people with
Yeah.
special needs. But have you found that, like, what are some things that Haziki's does to make sure that it's a natural process for somebody with special needs to be introduced to the store, the other team members?
So, I mean, we've been doing it so long that it's almost second nature to us. So when we hire, like when we open Vestavia, I'll hire two more. I just hired a new employee at UAB. And the process is that it's just no different than any other employee. Yeah, there's some. If we're talking about processes to get them in the system, then there's going to be some paperwork that mom and dad or we may have to fill out for them. But the process is that once they get into our family, they're in our family, and we protect them, we work with them. But again, we have to know that it's a fit. I would not ask Kelsey to go back there and cut lamb. I mean, she can do, she's like Superwoman. She can do anything I ask her to do, but that's not where she's the best. She is the best at filling up souffles, cleaning off the tables. That's her go-to. So, and that's her strong point. So the challenge with, I think, that other businesses that are kind of hesitant for that, you have to say, does this fit what we're doing here? I mean, Abilities Plus is a great. I don't know if you know Abilities Plus, but they're a good company that out in Homewood that they have their own shredding company, and they're a good partner. I mean, they understand what it takes but it's got to be a fit. I mean, it has to be a fit. And so as you know, there's we have different levels of I've got a great employee that's been with me now. God, John's been with me for I lose track because they've been here so long, 6 years maybe. That my man can expo and run food and do all those things. But he's a high level, right? But you got some employees that Brandy's. And she gets mad at me because when she's picking the grapes, I go there and eat them. That makes her mad. Or
They're not for you.
They're not for me. She knows that they're not for you. Or even better, she says, I haven't washed them yet, which I'm eating dirty grapes. But anyway, so again, it just goes back to what's a fit. I mean, I think that so for another employer to say, how could this work with me, or how could they work for me or with me, or however this could happen, is that how do they fit? And I was thinking about this the other day, is that there's some great students. We do a lot, and you start to hit on the Hope Project, the program, and we can talk about that. But strap a backpack on Daniel that works at our Chase Lake, and he would probably be the best leaf blower in the state of Alabama because he's precise on what he does. When I go in that store, I know if the windowsills are dirty, Daniel was off that day. I know it. If I go to Colonnade and Steven's in there or he's not there, I know because I can see the front doors dirty. Because what we take for granted is those menial, small little that to me, they're details that customers see, and those things aren't done. That lets me know that okay, they were off. But the pride that Kelsey takes, the pride that Wynn and Ben and Erica and Matthew, everybody that no different than the other employees, the pride that they take in that work. Honestly, if a machine started putting dressings and salsas in souffle cups, I would have to tell Kelsey, we got to find you another job in the restaurant.
Yeah,
that's her job. And that job will be there until she comes to me and says, I don't want to work anymore. Okay, then you can retire.
Yeah. I think everybody wants that sense of accomplishment from having a job and for providing a service, and that brings a lot of enjoyment in people's lives, just anybody. There's a really big push from the state and locally for employment in the special needs community, and I think it's a great push that you're helping at the front of the pack there, really making a difference and showing an example of what a business can do.
Well, part of it, again, is that we were blessed in our first store to be successful. I mean, and a lot of hard work, but being raised like I was in the Christian atmosphere is that part of that is giving back. I mean, there's so many great companies in this town that, gosh almighty, man, they give and they give and they give. And we took all of our employees, our office employees down, and some GMs down to the Exceptional Foundation. And you want to talk about a blast. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun. But anyway, there's a lot of great companies out there. But again, sometimes they're hesitant to say, well, what can this employee do? And hey man, I'm not a babysitting company. I don't have time. I'm in the food business, right? I'm in the food. We make food and I tell my employees that, oh my gosh, our job is we sell and we make food for a living. So I don't have time to babysit these guys. They're just like any other employees. They get paid every 2 weeks. But I think again it goes back to, if a business owner wants to find out. Well, to me, it's where there's a lot of Full Life has a great company. Is it, how do you marry the two? What's a good fit?